So last week we have started the overview of material management. Am I right? And we have discussed about the types of data: organizational data, master data, and transaction data. Right? So what is the key components in material management? Procurement, inventory management, inventory valuation, invoice selection, and what type of data we have, that is organizational data, master data, and transaction data. So in FI, what is the master data and transaction data? In CO, what is the transaction data and the master data? MM master data and transaction data, WM master data and transaction data, SD, PP. So different modules having the different set of master data and transaction data, right, and organizational data. So we are going to focus from the material management point of view. What are the master data, organizational data, master data, and transaction data we have, and how we can map our business processes with the help of material management, SAP material management, right? So the recordings and all are already uploaded for the last week's sessions. I request you to please go through that one, and please do start practicing from this week as well. Okay. Now, let us start with the topic, that is organizational data. Okay. Organization structure. That is the topic name is organization structure. So we'll discuss what is the organization structure and how we can map our business organization structure in SAP. Organizational structure. Okay. So currently we have just installed SAP application, right? So our SAP system is completely blank. We don't have any data. Let's take an example. We don't have any data. Now what we need to do? We need to map our business processes into our SAP, right? We are planning to implement SAP. So we need to map our business processes into SAP. So to map the business processes, we should first aware what is my business, correct? That is first question, that what is my business? Okay. Now my business is textile, my business is healthcare, my business is chemical industry, right? So in that case, okay, what are the different processes we are following? Before following processes, we should also aware how many company codes do we have, how many plants do we have, how many storage locations we have, how many means where we are keeping our stock, where we are keeping our where we are doing manufacturing. So that information we should aware, right? And those information we need to bring into our SAP, correct? That means unit of our organizations, which are the different units or sets we have in our organizations. Those units we need to take, or we need to map in our SAP first, correct? That is nothing but our organization units. So let's take an example, Tata Motors. Okay. So Tata Motors having business in India, as well as in Japan, as well as in Europe. Okay. So Tata Motor India is one company code, because they want a separate balance sheet for the India region. In Tata Motor India, they have a plant in Jamshedpur, in Pune, and in Hubli. So these are the plant, right? So that plant information also we need to create in our SAP. Then for Tata Motors, their Mumbai-based organizations or their Mumbai-based corporate department is doing all the purchasing and sales activity. So they have sales organization, they have the purchase organizations, right? Purchasing department and sales department. So that information is also an organization unit, correct? So to map the organization unit correctly, we should aware what is our business, that is first, and how many organization units do we have. So we need to define our as-is process here, how currently, how many plants, how many company codes do we have, and we also need to map, if we are bringing that into SAP, how it will be. That means to be, as is to be, right? Now, let's take an example. Our company is ABC Manufacturing, or okay, ABC Manufacturing is our company. We'll take example now, and we'll set up our own company. Okay. Our company name is ABC Manufacturing. Okay. ABC Manufacturing is doing business in chemical manufacturer, or let's take an example, automobile sector. They are in automobile sector, or they are in chemical industry. Okay. So ABC Manufacturing is German-based company. So the main department is in Germany. we are building our own company here, and that company we are going to take into our SAP. Currently this with this name there is no data in our SAP. Okay, so ABC Manufacturing is our company. Okay, so to which we are doing implementation, right? So this is ABC Manufacturing is a customer for SAP. And let's take an example. We are a part of ABC Manufacturing, or we are a part of some consulting companies, Infosys, Wipro, and we are helping ABC Manufacturing to implement their SAP. Okay, so we have company ABC Manufacturing. Now ABC Manufacturing having uh, two units. Okay, one is in East Germany, another is in West Germany. ABC Manufacturing is having business in two locations. They want a separate balance sheet for East Germany region business and West Germany business region. Okay. Now, ABC Manufacturing in East Germany, they have two plants. Okay. One is in Berlin, one is in Halle. So these are the manufacturing facility. In West Germany, they have a plant in Frankfurt and Munich. Now, in Berlin plant, they have different storage locations. 1,000, 2,000 storage location. These are the numbers actually. 3,000 storage location. S-Log 1, S-Log 1, S-Log 2, S-Log 3, S-Log 4, like this one. Storage location 1. Storage location 2. Storage location 3. Storage location 4. So in Berlin plant, they have few storage locations. In Halle plant, they have 3 storage locations. In Munich plant, they have 2 storage locations. Okay. And in Frankfurt plant, they have 2 storage locations, and Munich plant, they have 4 storage locations. So these are the different storage locations they have in their premises. Okay. Then this department is also having, okay, let me do one thing. So whenever companies thinking to implement SAP, they will start building their organization structure in SAP. Okay. So for each module, there is an organization unit. For each module, there is an organization unit. Client is one of the organization unit, which is the highest in all, which is created by our basis consultant. Client is nothing but a company, a conglomerate of the company. Okay. Now, under the client, we have company. Under client, we have company, which is optional as well. From FI side, it will be created. So this will be, client will be created by basis. Company will be created by FI. Okay. Chart of accounts, then company. These are some organization units created by our FI, and which is optional actually. Now, company is done. Now, under company, we have company code, which is mandatory actually. Company code, we should have the company code. What is meant by company code, we are going to discuss now, which is also again created by FIT. Under company code, we have plant, okay, which is created by MM. Okay. Now, for each plant or For purchasing activities, there is a department, purchasing department, which is also called as a purchasing organizations. Purchasing organizations, which is also part of MM. Then we have something called purchasing group. What is purchasing group and all? We are going to discuss now, which is also part of MM. And then we have storage location, where we are actually keeping our stock. So that is also part of MM. So these four are the organization units from MM side. Okay. And company code is also we are going to use in MM, because under company codes we have the plants and all. So what is company code and all, that also we are going to learn. And these are the some of the organization units we are going to map from MM point of view. Okay. Client was already created by basis. We have already logged into the client 800. So let's take an example. This client is nothing but our ABC manufacturing company. Yes. So what is this client? What is this company code? What is this plant, purchasing organization, purchasing group? Let's discuss about that. And then we'll map this company in our organization structure. So let me open one PPT for you. Okay, so organization structure. Okay, now introduction. Let me go through that one first, and then we'll discuss it. Configuring an accurate organization structure is the key to successful SAP implementation. So if you're planning to implement SAP, your organization structure should be mapped properly. If your organization structure mapped properly, then you can implement or you can map your business process properly. If your organization structure is itself not properly mapped, then the rest of the business process also will not map properly. So to have the successful implementation, we should have the proper map of this organization structure. We should get the correct requirement from the business, how many organization units they are having there in their business, and those organization units we need to map it into our SAP systems in a correct way. Okay. Now, from a material management perspective, purchasing organization, plant, storage location, and purchasing groups are the important elements of organization structure, as we discussed. So, in general, there are a lot of organization units, right? But material management point of view, these are the four important. These four comes up from the material management point of view. So, MM consultant is responsible to create or change plant, purchasing organization, purchasing group, and storage locations. So these four organization units comes from MM point of view. While the other hand, company code comes from the FI point of view. Okay. Now, for any successful implementation project, you must understand your customer's organization structure and map this organization structure in a way that meets all the business processes requirement, which is just we discussed. Sorry. Organization units are responsible for set of business transaction, set of business function. An enterprise or corporate group is mapped into SAP software as a client. Okay. So the main group, main corporate group, Tata Motors Group, Tata Sons, that will be defined as a client. Reliance Group is defined as a client. Okay. And different companies or subsidiaries for an enterprise are referred to as a company code. So for example, Reliance Group. Okay. In Reliance Group, I want a separate balance sheet of Reliance Pharmaceuticals and Reliance Telecom. So those can be my company codes. For example, if I have implemented an SAP for Reliance Telecom, okay, so Reliance Telecom can be client for me. In Reliance Telecom, I want a separate balance sheet for Reliance Telecom India, Reliance Telecom Japan. So in that case, that India region and Japan region will be company code for me. Okay, we'll discuss on that. Clients and company codes are two types of organization units that are found at the highest level in the SAP organization structure. So client and the company codes are the highest level of the organization structure. Now let's take the diagram here. So this is general information, general things we have here in green, and this is our SAP information. Any enterprise or corporate group, for example, Reliance Industry, Tata Group, that will denoted as a client in SAP. That is a main organization structure, right? Organization unit. So it is the highest in your organization. Under that particular group, there might be company or subsidiary, right? So for example, Reliance Group is one corporate group, so that can be defined as a client. Under Reliance Group, we have Reliance Pharmaceuticals, Reliance Telecom, right? So that can be defined as a company code, because those are the different sets of companies. Or else, if my company is Reliance Pharmaceutical, that will be defined as I want a separate implementation for Reliance Pharmaceutical. So Reliance Pharmaceutical will be client for me. Under Reliance Pharmaceuticals, I have subsidiaries. Subsidiaries means Reliance Pharmaceutical India, Reliance Pharmaceutical Japan, right? So Reliance Pharmaceutical India is one company code for me. Reliance Pharmaceutical Japan will be another company code for me, right? Now, plant. What is plant and all we are going to discuss. Okay. So Reliance Pharmaceutical India or Tata Motor India, we have plant in a Jamshedpur, plant in Pune, plant in Hubli. So those departments, those organizations will be created as a plant, where we have the factory, where we have the manufacturing facility, or from where we are providing services. That will be my plant. Now, for this factory A, for Jamshedpur factory, all the purchasing activities done by the Mumbai located purchasing department. So we have a purchasing department. This purchasing department is responsible for all the purchasing activities. And this purchasing department in SAP, we call it as a purchasing organization. Okay. Now in a purchasing department, we have segregated some users. Okay, these 10 users will only procure steel related materials. These 10 users will procure only chemical related materials. Okay, these 10 users will procure only for north region. These 10 users will procure only for south region, right? So we have segregated group of people, that is called as a purchasing group. We discuss about that. We will discuss on this one. Okay. Now, in each plant, we have some space where we are keeping our stock. That is called as a storage location. So in SAP also we are calling it as a storage location. So warehouse or storage locations in general terms, it's called as a storage location in SAP material management. Okay. So material management point of view, we need to discuss about these organization units. So let us discuss about this theoretically, and then we will define our own organization, our own company here. Okay. Our own company here. Okay. And we will map it into SAP. Okay. Give me a minute. Sorry, I have received a call. Sorry for that. Okay. Am I audible, right? To all of you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So whatever we discuss currently, is it means you got it, or is there any queries, questions you have on these organization units? Hello.
No problem, sir.
Okay, fine. Let us discuss theoretically. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let us discuss this theoretically. What is meant by client, company code, plant, and then we will map our own organization in our SAP system. Okay, so what is meant by client? As we mentioned, client is highest organization in our SAP system, right? In our organization. So what is meant by client? As the highest organization unit in SAP system, the client can be a corporate group or can represent a company or a conglomerate of a company. Okay, so client is nothing but the highest organization unit in our SAP. So if we are implementing SAP for Reliance Group, right? So Reliance Group will be client for me. Okay, if we are implementing SAP for Reliance Pharmaceutical, then Reliance Pharmaceutical will be client for me. It can be a corporate group, it can be a company. Got it? And it is highest in organization unit. So whoever we are implementing SAP, that will be my client in SAP. Got it? Now, coming to company code, let us see what is the theoretical description of a company code. The company code is the smallest organization unit for which we have independent accounting department within external department of accounting. If I tell you in simple words, wherever I want to see my balance sheet, separate balance sheet, that will be my company code. If Tata Motor is one group, I want a separate balance sheet for Tata Motor India, Tata Motor Japan, and Tata Motor Europe. So Tata Motor India will be one company code for me, Tata Motor Japan will be one company code for me, Tata Motor Europe will be one company code for me. If Airtel India will be a client for me and I want a separate balance sheet for Airtel Maharashtra and Airtel Karnataka, then Airtel Maharashtra will be one company code for me, Airtel Karnataka will be one company code for me. Clear? Wherever I want to see my balance sheet, that is my company code. And who is responsible to create a company code? FI consultant is responsible to create a company code. Who is responsible to create a client? Basis consultant is responsible to create a client. Okay, clear? Client and company code.
Yes.
Okay, now coming to plant. What is plant? In industry terminology, a manufacturing facility is called as a plant. Okay, in normally we are calling it, right? Tata Motor plant is in Pune, Tata Motor plant is in Hubli, right? So where the manufacturing facility is there, we are calling it as a plant. But in SAP system, however, a plant can be a manufacturing facility, a sales office, corporate head office, maintenance plant, or central delivery warehouse. In general, the plant can be any location within a company code that is involved in some activity of the company code. Okay, so in short, if I say what is meant by plant in SAP, from where we are doing my manufacturing facility, where we have manufacturing facility, where we are doing manufacturing or assembly activity, or from where we are providing services, those places are called as a plant. Okay, so for example, if my industry is automobile industry, Tata Motors, for example. Okay, if my industry is my company is Tata Motors, then Tata Motors is having the manufacturing or assembly facility in Pune, Hubli, and Jamshedpur. So we have three plants. One is in Jamshedpur, one is in Pune, one is in Hubli, because we are providing manufacturing facility from these places, right? Now another example, if my client is a Jet Airways or SpiceJet, okay, so I'm doing, am I doing any manufacturing in SpiceJet? No, right? We are only providing airline services to our customer, right? In that case, Pune Airport, Delhi Airport will be planned for me, because from Pune Airport and Delhi Airport we are providing our services. So what is meant by plant? Plant is a place where we have the manufacturing facility, or else from where we are providing our services. Got it? Got it?
Yes.
Okay. So that is my plant. Now, what is meant by storage location? Storage location, a place where within a plant where materials are kept. So physically, where we are keeping our material stock, that place is known as a storage location. So you might be seen, right? Some tin spaces available in our particular plants where we are keeping our stock. In DMart also, if you see second floor or third floor, they have kept it only for the stock maintenance, right? So that space is called as a storage location. Within that particular plant, within the DMart, for example, DMart Kathraj. Okay, so DMart Kathraj is a plant for me because I'm providing services to our customers, or I'm selling something from that particular plant, right? So DMart Kathraj will be plant for me. And DMart Kathraj, the third floor, we have kept all the stock. So that third floor will be known as a storage location for me, where we have all the stock of the material. Got it? Physically, where we are keeping our material, that is a storage location. Clear? Okay. Now coming to the purchasing organization. What is
Mubin.
Yes.
One question actually. In plant, as you said, there is a manufacturing facility, or we provide some services. Is it possible? Can we count of warehouses where we, dispatch all the material to other facilities like that? Can it be counted as a plant?
Okay. Central delivery warehouses can be considered as a plant, because from where we are actually delivering our materials. Okay, but ideally the warehouse is nothing but a storage locations where we are keeping our stock.
Correct.
If we are in trading business, where we are getting some materials from one party and we are shipping it to the another party, then in that case that location will be considered as a plant.
Yeah.
So Amazon or Flipkart, right? They have their central warehouse. They are not manufacturing anything there. They are just taking stock from one local manufacturer and they are sending it to the customer. So that facility will be also considered as a plant only.
Got it.
Okay. But ideally, wherever we have the warehouse, that warehouse is nothing but a storage location.
Yes.
We have a question from Deepak. Yes, Deepak.
Hey, hi, Mubin. So from material master perspective, we can see we do extend material at specific sales org level. Considering customer also we do extend for sales org level, but we do not extend material for any specific purchase org, whereas we do create or extend vendor for purchase org level. So what is a correlation between having purchase org for material master?
Okay. So in SAP, the purchasing organizations is linked to your plant. Okay. So it is a mandatory to have a purchasing organization assigned to your plant.
Okay.
Okay. So when you are extending a material to a particular plant, okay, that means the particular purchasing organization is responsible to procure that material for this plant. And that is the reason we are not extending a material to the particular purchasing organization, because we have already extended for the plant. Now the sales point of view, sales organizations, we have different setups related to the sales organizations. Availability check, okay, loading group, or transportation groups, right? So each and every sales organizations will have different set of data informations, and that is the reason we are extending material to our plant, as well as we are maintaining our sales specific data for that material. Okay, that is the reason we are extending that material for a sales organization, because we want to maintain specific sales related information, sales organization related information for that material.
Okay, so does it mean like when we set up any plant or configure any plant, we do configure purchase as well at the time of creation
we have
plant?
To. If we are doing, we want to do any purchasing, or we want to do any purchasing activity, a purchasing organization needs to be created into SAP, and which needs to be linked to our plant.
Okay.
We are going to discuss that one in our upcoming slides.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Anything else apart from this? Anyone?
Okay. So we do not configure sales data at when we create a plant, right?
We can maintain plant related information, right? But for material point of view, we can have a separate sales related data as well, sales organization related data as well. That is the reason we are extending that material for a sales organization.
Okay. So I guess like when we start creating plant, then
yes,
that
you'll
time
get to know. When we create a material, now I will try to explain that.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, fine. Let us move it. Now, what is meant by purchasing organization? In industry terminology, the purchasing department deals with vendor and is responsible for all purchasing activities. The purchasing department is mapped as a purchasing organization in SAP system. Purchasing organization negotiates conditions of a purchase with vendors for one or more plants, and they are legally responsible for honoring purchasing contracts. Okay. So what is meant by purchasing organization? Purchasing organization is nothing but a purchasing department who is responsible for all purchasing activities, who needs to negotiate with the vendor, who needs to create the contracts, who need to create the who needs to get the requirement from the end user, who need to convert that requirement into a purchase orders, who needs to follow up on the purchase order, who needs to follow up on the deliver. Okay, who needs to responsible for the correct goods will be delivered at correct time, and a purchasing organization is also responsible for vendor payment. So all procurement related activities, purchasing organization is responsible. This purchasing organization is nothing but my purchasing department. Okay, and in SAP, that purchasing department we are calling it as a purchasing organization. Okay, now.
So in business term, we can call it as P2P team is responsible for purchasing organization data, right?
Yes, procurement. All the procurement activities will be responsible for by purchasing organization.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, purchasing group. So I'll just read this one and then I'll try to explain in our simple words. Okay. A purchasing group is a term for So what is meant by purchasing group? A purchasing group is a term for a buyer or group of buyer responsible for certain purchasing activities. Because a purchase order is a legal document, the purchasing group is represented on a purchase order or contract. The purchasing group can also play a role in reporting various purchasing transactions. In SAP system, purchasing group is not assigned to the purchasing organization or any other organization units. Purchasing groups are defined at client level and can create purchasing documents for any purchasing organization. Okay, so you may have questions, right? But there is already we have purchasing organizations. Then what is the need of purchasing group? What is meant by purchasing group? You said purchasing organization is nothing but the purchasing department. So in SAP, purchasing groups are created for reporting purpose. Okay, and they are not assigned to any of the organization units. They are created for the client level. So let's take an example. In my purchasing department, we have 20 people. Okay, for 10 people, I ask, okay, you guys can only procure for South region. For remaining 10 people, I ask, okay, you guys can only procure for North region. So what we did, we have segregated the responsibility for the number of group of people. For one person or more than one person, we have segregated the purchasing responsibility. Okay, now if I segregated this one based on the purchasing group, I have facility to pull a report how much I spend on a North region, how much I spend on a South region, right? So that reporting is possible because of the purchasing group. And that is the reason we are creating purchasing group in our SAP. The main purpose of purchasing group in SAP is only reporting. Okay, reporting and segregating the duty. Okay, so we are segregating the duty for individual buyer or means individual person or group of person. So there will be 4 or 5 people to whom we can call it as a one purchasing group, or a one person will be one purchasing group. Like that also we can define, and that is only for reporting purpose. If we have 20 members in our purchasing department, I'm saying, okay, you 5 people can procure plastic related materials, you 5 people can procure chemical materials, chemical related materials, these 2 people will procure only pharmaceutical materials. So what we are doing, we are segregating their responsibilities, right? And that will help me in our reporting purpose, and that is the reason we are calling it as a purchasing group. So purchasing group is nothing but doing the purchasing activities only, but in SAP we are creating it only for reporting purpose, so we have better reporting. Okay, and purchasing groups are not assigned to any of the organization units. Okay, purchasing groups are not assigned to any of the organization units, it is separate. Okay, we'll discuss about that. Okay, now
Maybe I have a
yes.
question. Purchasing group is only differentiated on the basis of only region?
It can be region, it
area?
can be duty, type of materials.
So how many parameters are there for
Type of materials, which type of materials he want to procure, for which region he want to procure.
raw material,
yes,
finished good, and all these things.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So based on the business terminology, how they want the reports or spend analysis, they can create a purchasing group. An individual buyer will also can be defined as a purchasing group. Got it?
Yeah.
So let us see the business scenario. Okay, the organization structure needs to be designed and configured in the SAP system based on the different business scenarios requirement of the enterprise. An SAP system organization structure is very flexible, and there are a variety of possible combinations. Why we need to see the business scenarios? Because if you consider company like Tata Motors, they have different set of business, right? Their business scenarios are different. If you are considering company like MRF, their business scenarios are different. As their business scenarios are different, there may be a possibility they have mapped their organization units differently, right? So what are the different business scenarios we have in the market? Okay, and how we can map that in SAP, that we are going to learn now. Okay, now let me go to the first, plant specific purchasing. So as I mentioned, we have the client, which is highest organization unit, which is a corporate group or a company, right? Under client we have company code. There might be hundreds of company codes under that client, right? Each company code will have a plant. So for example, company code India will have plant in Jamshedpur, Pune and Hubli. Okay, so company code 1 is having 2 plants, plant 1, plant 2. Company code 2 will have 1 plant, plant 3. Okay, now what we want, plant specific purchasing means each plant will have their specific defined purchasing department. So purchasing organization 1 is responsible for all the purchasing activities of plant 1. Purchasing organization 2 will be responsible for all the purchasing activities of plant 2. Purchasing organization 3 will be responsible for all the purchasing activities of plant 3. So each plant have their own purchasing department, and this scenario is called as a plant specific purchasing. Clear? What is meant by plant specific purchasing? There might be possible, right? Your company wants a separate purchasing department for each plant. So this way we need to map. Each plant will have their own purchasing organization, purchasing department. Okay, it does not mean that under company code we have purchasing organization and under purchasing organization we have plant. No, under company code we have plant only, and for this plant this purchasing organization is responsible for purchasing activities. This plant, this purchasing organization is responsible for purchasing activities. Got it? Plant specific purchasing. Yes. What is plant specific purchasing? Now let's go to the cross plant specific purchasing. What is meant by cross plant specific purchasing? We have client, which is the highest organization unit. Under client, we have hundreds of company codes. Currently, we have 2 here in the diagram, right? Company code 1, company code 2. Under company code 1, we have 2 plants, plant 1, plant 2. For example, company code India, we have 2 plants. One is in Jamshedpur, one is in Pune. Okay. Company code Japan, we have plant in Tokyo. Okay. Now, for Pune plant and Jamshedpur plant, we have only one purchasing department. We want only one purchasing department, which is based in Mumbai location. So that Mumbai location purchasing department will be responsible for all the purchasing activities of Pune plant as well as Jamshedpur plant. So this is nothing but cross plant specific purchasing. So this purchasing organization 1 is responsible for all the purchasing activities of plant 1 as well as plant 2. Right? In previous case, what happened? Each plant having their own specific purchasing department. So that's the reason it is called as a plant specific purchasing. In cross plant specific purchasing, what happened? Multiple plants belongs to same company code can have one purchasing organization. Got it? This scenario, cross plant specific.
Yeah, just one small question. Suppose, as you said, we have a plant specific purchase org and cross plant specific purchase org. So in SAP language, can we say when we configure any plant based on the scenario, we do configure purchase org. Suppose if any plant requires cross plant purchase org, we need to configure purchase org data as per the cross plant, and if we have plant specific, then we need to configure all the purchase org data as per the plant specific purchase org. So this is just you can in a simple way we can say this is responsibility of functional data, right?
Correct.
It's part of.
Yes. So let's take an example. Our business is following plant specific purchasing, and we are implementing new plant in our SAP. So obviously there will be a separate purchasing department for that plant. So we have to create a plant in SAP as well as purchasing department, and we need to map it. Now, second scenario, if our business is doing cross plant specific purchasing, company code 1 having 2 plants, okay, and we are now introducing one more new plant under company code. So for example, Tata Motors India, we have 2 plants, Jamshedpur and plant. We are introducing new plant, which is Hubli plant. But in that case, Hubli plant is for purchasing organization 1 only is responsible for Hubli plant. So I do not need to create a purchasing organization there. What I just need to do, I need to create a plant, and that Hubli plant I need to link with the purchasing organization 1 only. So based on the business scenarios, either we need to create a separate purchasing organization, or else we need to create a plant and we need to link it to the existing purchasing organization. Got it?
Yeah. So can we have both the scenario in one?
No. One business can follow only one business scenario. For example, if it is Tata Motor, it can follow plant specific purchasing or a cross plant specific purchasing. If it is MRF, it will follow only one set of business scenario.
Okay, clear.
Now,
so no exception, right?
Sorry?
No exception. We don't have any exception.
No. There are 4 scenarios, business scenarios. A business can follow any of them.
Okay. Yeah, continue.
So first is cross plant specific. First is plant specific purchasing. Second is cross plant specific purchasing. Third is cross company code or corporate group wide purchasing. So for example, I have a client which is the highest organization unit, under which I have a number of company codes, company code 1, company code 2. Company code 1 is having 2 plants, company code 2 is having 1 plant. Okay. Now, I have one central purchasing organization which is responsible for the purchasing activities for plant 1, plant 2 and plant 3, where the plant 1 and plant 2 belongs to company code 1 and plant 3 belongs to company code 2. So the cross company code. So this purchasing organization is responsible for this company code as well as this company code. This is called as cross company code. So if you see this diagram, what happened? Here we have one purchasing organization which is responsible for multiple plants. Those belongs to same company code. But here in this case, a purchasing organization is responsible for multiple plants and can be having different company codes, can be from a different company codes. This is called as a cross company code and called it as a corporate group wide purchasing. So for example, if Tata Motor is a client, so Tata Motor India and Japan, if we have two company codes, okay, then we can have one purchasing organization which is responsible for all the plants of India as well as Japan, right? So that is my corporate group wide purchasing. Clear? This third scenario also possible, right? This scenario is also possible. We have only one purchasing department, central purchasing department, through which we are doing all the purchasing activities. Right? And the last one is reference purchasing. What is meant by reference purchasing? Let's see. Some customer may have scenario where they have one centralized purchasing department at the corporate group level that is responsible for the negotiation and creation of global agreements. These agreements used by local purchasing organization to create purchase orders. This business scenario helps companies negotiate better prices due to high volume purchases in a SAP system. Such purchasing organization is referred to as a reference purchasing organization. So last scenario is a reference purchasing organization. What is a reference purchasing organization? Let's see. We have corporate group, which is nothing but a client. Under client, we have company code, right? Now, each plant will have a separate purchasing organization, right? Local purchasing organization department will be there. Okay, so plant 1 is having purchasing organization 1, plant 2 is having purchasing organization 2, plant 3 is having purchasing organization 3. So each plant is having their own purchasing department. Okay, now we are defining one reference purchasing organization at a global level, purchasing organization 4. So this purchasing organization will negotiate with the vendor and it will create a contracts with the vendors. Okay, and whatever contracts or negotiations happen of these purchasing organizations, those terms and conditions will be used by local purchasing organizations to procure the material. Okay, so why it is required or why this business scenario is mapped? Okay, so some companies, for example, let's take an example of Vodafone. Okay, so Vodafone having the local purchasing organizations, purchasing departments. Okay, and they have set up their purchasing department in Luxembourg country. So Luxembourg country is having some tax benefit in procurement activities. In Europe, that country is available, Luxembourg. Okay, due to there is a tax benefit for the purchasing activities in Luxembourg. Okay, they're showing that all the purchasing activities are done by the Luxembourg only. Okay, so any contracts or negotiations will be done that will be happened in Luxembourg only, and whichever contracts and negotiations for done by the Luxembourg purchasing organizations, those contract details will be used by local purchasing organization to procure the material. Now what happened? Let's take an example. Another example: Vodafone India, Vodafone Europe, or Vodafone Japan. They need a laptops for their business users, for their end users. Okay, they need a laptop. Vodafone India required 1 lakh laptops. Vodafone Japan required 1 lakh laptops. Vodafone Europe will require 1 lakh laptops. So total 3 lakhs laptop is required. If Vodafone India negotiating separately for 1 lakh laptop, Vodafone Japan negotiating separately for 1 lakh laptop, and Vodafone Europe will be negotiating separately for 1 lakh laptop, they will not get much benefit, right? But in that case, if Vodafone central purchasing department is negotiating for 3 lakhs laptop, as now I'm negotiating for the 3 lakh laptop, my quantity is more, I will get more discount, right? In terms of price. So that is also benefit when we are negotiating for the bulk quantities from a centralized purchasing. So these purchasing organizations will negotiate for a central point of view. Okay, and whatever terms and conditions will be created by this reference purchasing organization, those will be used by local purchasing organization to purchase the material. So they will get the tax benefit, they will get the discount. Sorry, not the tax benefit, they will get the discount. Got it? What is a reference purchasing organization? So there will be one central purchasing organizations who are responsible for negotiating and creating the contracts with the vendor. Whichever negotiations on contracts done by this purchasing organization will be used by local purchasing organizations or local purchasing departments. Let's say, clear?
But this type of reference purchasing organization, we can implement only where the requirement is same in all the company codes and plans. Am I right?
Requirement is same means
Otherwise, the it's up which quantity required, which job or anything required. Like laptop is a one parameter. The requirement is same for all the plans. In that case, we can use the reference purchasing organization.
there are two benefits. One is discount. When we are going to procure or when you are going to negotiate for a large quantity, definitely you will get a discount, right? So if this, suppose let's take an example, purchasing organization one is going to negotiate with the vendor for a less quantity. This purchasing organization going to negotiate separately. This purchasing organization going to negotiate separately. Then they will not get that type of discount, right? When this purchasing organization is going to negotiate for all the materials required for the plant 1, plant 2, plant 3, they will get more discount because they are negotiating for more quantities. So as there is a more quantity, they'll get more discount benefit, right? That discount is one part. Second is, normally they set up their purchasing department in such country or such places where there is a tax benefit of the purchasing activities. For example, Luxembourg. In Europe, there is a country, Luxembourg, okay, where they have the tax benefit in the purchasing activities. So they are showing the purchasing activities are happening through that particular country. So they are getting the tax benefit on their purchasing activities as well. So for two purposes, we are defining our purchasing organization. One is tax benefit, another is discount. Clear, Parag?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so these type of reference purchase can helpful for the business which is widely spread across the country,
correct.
all over the world.
All the globe, yes.
Okay.
So if you have business in US, Europe, Australia, India, Asia Pacific, any of the countries, in each and every country you have your business, then this type of setup will help for you, because on day-to-day basis you need a lot of materials, right? And if you are procuring for large quantity, you will get a better discount in that case. So that type of businesses we normally have this reference purchasing organization scenario.
Okay, and it's an optional, right? It's not like mandate to have a reference purchase.
It's optional. Business can follow any of these one. So any business can follow either plant specific or cross plant specific or cross company code or reference purchasing. Any of them.
Okay. So in material master, we can see like the basic data one, we have a X plant status, and in under sales also we have X plant, and under purchase also we have X plant. So all these are related to these type of business, this type of scenario, right?
No, that X plant status is having different functionality altogether. We'll discuss about that. Okay. But these are the scenarios, business scenarios.
Okay.
Moving one question.
Yes.
See, it depends upon the requirement of the business. Sometimes it might possible that the business are dealing in a different product in different countries. And in a rare scenario, if they get, for example, purchasing of laptop, that might be a rare scenario for that all employees purchasing a laptop. In that rare scenario, they need to assign this as a reference purchase of purchase organization. But normally they are using a client cross-plant purchase function. So is it possible that for particular type of order, for particular type of requirement, we can go to reference purchase organization, and then
yes,
in normal activity we can do the cross-plant purchase?
Yes, so that is possible in reference purchasing organization conditions. So what happens? Suppose you want to procure a material and you want only 10 quantities. You can ask your local purchasing organization to directly negotiate with the vendor, and you can purchase that material. Okay. But if you want a material which is required by other plants as well, okay, for such type of materials, you can ask local purchasing organization to connect your reference purchasing organization to do the negotiation and contracts. So this purchasing organization will doing bidding and negotiations for those materials. Okay, and whatever negotiations contracts will be done by this purchasing organization will be used by local purchasing organization to procure the material. So for one material, a local purchasing organization can directly negotiate. For another materials, they can take a help from the reference purchasing organization. That is possible.
Okay, so which purchase or purchasing group we need to maintain under material master when it comes to when we are using reference purchase or
okay, so okay, I'll come to that point also. Means in material masters we are maintaining the purchasing group. Okay, what is the importance of that purchasing group, and while creating a purchase orders, how that purchasing group is linked. Okay, that is only for in material masters we are just assigning that purchasing group. That does not mean that this purchasing group is responsible to procure that material. In purchase order, actually you are maintaining your purchasing group, where we are mentioning, okay, this purchasing group is actually responsible for this purchase order. Okay, so I'll come to that point. The material master related setup, I'll come to that point and I'll discuss one by one on each field. Material master. Okay. So these are the main business scenarios: plant specific purchasing, cross plant specific purchasing, cross company code specific purchasing, and reference purchasing. Now there is one more, that is standard purchasing organizations, but this is only used when we want to create purchase order automatically by the SAP system. So SAP also provides a standard purchasing organization which is used to create automatic purchase orders. So whenever you want, okay, my purchase order needs to be created automatically, then how system decide which purchasing organization needs to be considered for which plant. So we are defining a standard purchasing organization. Okay, this plant, this is a standard purchasing organization. This plant, this is a standard purchasing organization. So like that one, we are defining our standard purchasing organization. So whenever we are creating any purchase order in the background, system will consider that purchasing organization for a purchase order creation. Okay, in the automatic purchase order creation process, the system needs to find the purchasing organization. The system gets the plant code from the purchase requisition, and from plant code system determines the standard purchasing organization. As I mentioned, the same thing. So each plant we are defining, okay, this is my standard purchasing organization. So whenever I'm doing automatic creation of the purchase orders, system will identify what purchasing organization they need to be considered. So that is my standard purchasing organization. We will going to see that one. Okay. So theoretically, any question on this one?
Just on last point, standard purchase organization. Is it using in Amazon or Flipkart? For example, if I'm placing any order on Amazon, and I get a purchase order automatically, no manual interference is there required from any person there. I'm just entering the product information and all, and I get a purchase order detail on that.
So, that is not a purchase order actually, that is a sales order number. That is order reference, right? So I'll tell you. Okay. I'll take that scenario. Amazon scenario. Okay. So these are we. I need a mobile phone. Okay. I need a mobile phone. What happened? I will raise a request on Amazon portal to purchase a mobile phone. Right. So I'm sending a purchase order to Amazon. For Amazon, that will be a sales order, right? So they are giving us sales order. Okay, your purchase request has been received to us, and this is our sales order reference. So that order reference is nothing but our sales order reference. So Amazon point of view, Amazon is going to sell us, right? So that is an order reference for us, right? Now Amazon does not have the material, so they are asking manufacturers, local manufacturers. Okay, we have requirement of this material, so they are going to send a purchase order to the manufacturer for particular material. Manufacturer will send the sales order to the Amazon. Okay, because manufacturer is going to sell to the Amazon, and Amazon is going to be purchased from the manufacturer. Okay, where Amazon is saying we need this material from you, and this material needs to be delivered on this address. So manufacturer either can be delivered to the Amazon facility, delivery center, or manufacturer can directly deliver it to us, right? So this type of scenarios we have, where for Amazon, okay, there is for Amazon, if you are talking, means for us, when Amazon is sending a materials, that means Amazon is selling a material to us, and that is an order reference, sales order, right? So their particular department will be a sales department for them. When Amazon purchase a material from manufacturer, their purchasing department is purchasing a material from the manufacturer. It might be a local purchasing department, or it might be a corporate purchasing department who is raising a request. Right here, Amazon is acting as a trader. It is not a business, it is a trader. Clear?
Yes, Mohan.
Okay. So once we map this actually in our SAP system, you'll get to know, you'll get some better idea about this organization structure. Yes, someone was talking. Any question?
Yeah, I mean, how they are maintaining, in their books, like they Amazon also maintaining their ledger, or whatever the transaction book they are having. In such case, suppose scenario one, where we are buying product from manufacturer, and the same we are selling it to customer. That is fine. Transaction is complete and clear. But suppose in this scenario where where we are putting customer's address as a shipping address, so material is not coming to Amazon, rather it's going directly to customer. So in accounts book, how they are keeping or how they are maintaining such transaction?
Yes, that is actually what we need to map. That is a role of functional consultant, to map that business process into SAP. What I explained you is just an example of one business scenario where we are purchasing from the Amazon, but Amazon is not actually vendor. Amazon is purchasing from the manufacturer, and the manufacturer is sending the goods. So this is third party procurement we are having. We have around 12 types of procurement, in which we have one type is a third party procurement. So this is scenario of third party procurement. Okay, normally in day-to-day life, we are seeing this type of examples. Now, when we are purchasing this one, there is a financial impact because we need to pay to the Amazon, and Amazon is going to pay to the local manufacturer, right?
Yeah.
Right. The stock also needs to be going to be increase or decrease. So there are financial impacts. So that financial impact also needs to be mapped properly. So this is a job of functional consultant to map this business scenario, which gives the complete end-to-end solutions for a business, for that particular business, to do this business in easy way.
Okay.
You got it, the role of the functional consultant now? Whatever we are discussing now, that business scenario we need to map into SAP. So all the financial impact. Yes, correct.
Yeah. So functional consultant should have a good accounting or commerce knowledge, like how we convert transaction into books.
Correct.
And there are some
correct. So functional consultant is he should have the knowledge, some technical knowledge, should have the business knowledge. He should aware this type of scenarios are there. Trading businesses are available, right? There are we are directly purchasing from the external parties, right? Now what happened, in some cases we are providing our raw materials to the particular local vendor, for example and here we have vendor. We are giving our raw materials to the vendor, we are asking only finishing on that one, and the finished product is going to be received back to us. That is also one scenario, right?
Yeah.
For example, in our case, when we are small, at that time, there are some scrap woods in our house, right? So what happened? Our mother or our family members gives those woods materials to our some wooden maker, right? And asking them to produce some useful part of those woods, some plates or something they are preparing from that particular wood, right? So what happened? We are providing our raw materials to that wooden maker, and we are asking to do some finishing on that wooden maker, right? For that particular wood or for that particular material, right? So this is also a scenario where we are providing our raw materials to the vendor and asking vendors to do the finishing on that one and send back to the send that material back to us. In other example, I will tell. I have I'm a bottle manufacturing company. Okay. I'm sending those bottles to my vendor. What I'm asking?
Okay.
Just put the label on that bottle. So he's going to put the label on the bottle and he's sending back that bottle to me. So what happened?
Okay.
Bottle was provided by me to the vendor. Vendor is only labeling on that bottle. Right? So the raw material was provided by me only, and he's just doing some finishing on that raw material and sending back to the material to me. So this type of scenario is also there. So a functional consultant is responsible to map all such scenarios, whichever we have in a business. Got it, right? What is the role of functional consultant?
Yeah,
Now
is it like it's like, same, we need to put all transaction into journal and from journal to ledger, like, in a simple accounting term. That is what functional consultant do, right?
Not generals and the balance sheet, because a functional, whenever we are doing something that is having inventory impact, that is having finance impact, that is having sales impact, right? So functional consultant is responsible to map the business process, which helps the system to update the data in finance, sales, stocks in a correct way. And a business will get the correct result from the finance as well as sales as well as stock point of view.
Okay. I'm sorry for asking many questions.
No. Feel free to ask it. Actually, that is good actually for everyone. Okay. So these are actually how we are going to map these processes and how actually it is going to happen when we start creating purchase order. At that time, you will get to know. Okay, we are actually very initial point right now. Okay, but as soon as we started with the procurement topic, we will get to know how many business scenarios are there and how we can exactly map that one.
Okay, yeah, clear.
Anyone else?
So can we tell this in a first scenario it's a trading, and in a second scenario subcontracting?
Yes, correct. So this is a third party procurement and this is a subcontracting procurement. We are going to do, there are almost 12 types of procurement we have, different types of procurements we have. We are going to see one by one each and every procurement and how we are exactly going to map that in SAP. That is also we are going to discuss. So initially what we are doing, we are just focusing on the organization setup currently. Okay, while we are doing organization setups, we are just seeing what are the different business scenarios we can have, different types of business scenarios we can have. A business can follow plant specific purchasing, where each plant having their separate purchasing department. A business can follow cross plant specific purchasing, where plants belonging to the same company code having separate purchasing organization. A business can follow cross company code specific purchasing or corporate group code purchasing, where one purchasing organization will be responsible for all the plants belonging to the company code 1 as well as company code 2. And we can have the reference purchasing organization as well. So a business can follow any of this type of purchasing. Okay, got it?
Okay, last question. So, last question. So this is something which we define when we are creating blueprint, right?
Yes, correct. So when we are actually discussing with the business, we need to understand what type of business scenario they are following, whether it is plant specific, whether it is a cross plant specific, whether it is a reference purchasing, or whether it is a corporate purchasing.
Okay. Clear.
Once we got, okay, they are following the plant specific and all, then we need to map that particular business, particular organization structure into our SAP. Okay. Now let's take an example. We have a company ABC Manufacturing. Okay. This ABC Manufacturing is nothing but a client for us, right? Correct. Our company name is ABC Manufacturing. This is company or corporate group, right? So this will be defined as a client. 9. Now ABC Manufacturing having 2 subsidiaries. One is in East Germany, one is in West Germany. I want separate balance sheet for East Germany. I want separate balance sheet for West Germany. So East Germany will be one company code, West Germany will be one company code, right? So these are my company codes. So company code 1, company code 2. East Germany is one company code, West Germany is one company code. Now, East Germany company code having two plants. One is in Berlin, one is in Halle. Okay. That means manufacturing facility. We have one manufacturing facility in Berlin, one manufacturing facility in Halle. In West Germany, we have two manufacturing facilities, or from where we are providing services. One is in, okay, our meeting will be ended in a minute. I request you to please rejoin. Okay. So, okay. So West Germany having two plants. One is in Frankfurt, one is in Munich. So Frankfurt will be one plant and Munich will be one plant. Right? Okay, we'll rejoin again. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. So as we mentioned, East Germany having two plants where we have the manufacturing facility, or from where we are providing our services, that is in Berlin and Halle. So we are just defining one company, okay, which is not in SAP. We are trying to build our own business scenario. We are trying to build our own company into SAP system. So this is nothing but an implementation project. So this is an blueprint we are preparing, and later this blueprint we are going to bring it into our SAP. Okay. So ABC Manufacturing having two company codes, East Germany and West Germany. East Germany having two plants, one is in Berlin and Halle. West Germany having two plants, one is in Frankfurt and Munich. Now, Berlin plant having 4 storage locations to keep the stock of the raw material, semi-finished material, finished material, or maintenance materials. They have the separate storage locations. So there are 4 storage locations. Okay. I'll just put this as a storage location. So we have storage location. Okay. So in Berlin plant, we have 4 storage locations. In Halle plant, we have 3 storage locations. In Frankfurt plant, we have 2 storage locations. And in Munich plant, we have 4 storage locations. Now, I want to map my business net as well. So how the purchasing going to be happen? I can have a separate purchasing organization which is responsible for each plant, right? A Berlin plant can have a separate purchasing department. A Halle plant can have a separate purchasing department. A Frankfurt plant can have a separate purchasing department, and Munich plant can have a separate purchasing department, right? That is a plant specific purchasing. Or else I can have a purchasing organizations which is responsible for Berlin as well as Halle plant. In that case, what happened? This is my cross plant specific. So this purchasing organization will be responsible for Berlin as well as Halle, which belongs to the same company code, which is nothing but a cross plant specific purchasing, right? Or I can have corporate group wide purchasing, where this purchasing organization is responsible for Berlin plant, Halle plant, Frankfurt plant, and Munich plant, right? All 4 plants, right? Or else I can have the local purchasing organizations. Sorry. I can have the local purchasing organizations, and at the same time, I can have a reference purchasing organization. That is also possible, correct? So I need to decide for ABC manufacturing which organization structures we are going to follow. Let's take an example. We are going to follow second scenario, cross plant specific purchasing. Later we are going to add reference purchasing as well. For the time being, we are going with the cross plant specific purchasing. For each company code, we have one purchasing organization. Plant 1, plant 2 will have belongs to one company code having one purchasing organization. Plant 3, plant 4 belongs to one company code having one purchasing organization. So let's take an example. We are going with the cross plant specific purchasing. So in that case, what happened? Germany plant is having one purchasing organization, East Germany purchase. And West Germany purchase. So we have two purchasing organizations. One is this, another is this. Okay, so we have client, company, sorry, we have client, we have company code and storage location. So I'll just put this as a view here. So this is company code, this is client company code. Then we have purchasing organizations, we have plants, right? I'll put this with a different color. The storage locations also. We are just mapping our business scenarios in our paper, right? In our Excel file. Later, we are going to bring that all information into our SAP system. So what happened? Do I need to insert any shape or something? No, right? Not required, right?
No, not required. It's understandable.
Okay, fine. So client ABC Manufacturing having two company codes, East Germany and West Germany. East Germany is having two plants, Halle and Berlin. West Germany having two plants, Frankfurt and Munich. Berlin plant having 4 storage location. Halle plant is having 3 storage location. Frankfurt plant having 2 storage location. Munich plant having 4 storage location, where we are keeping stocks. Okay. Now, for Berlin plant and Halle plant, which are from East Germany company code, having a purchasing department, East Germany purchasing organization responsible for all the purchasing activities. For Frankfurt plant and Munich plant, which are belongs to West Germany company code, having West Germany purchasing organizations, which is responsible for all the purchasing activities for Frankfurt and Munich plant. Clear? So these are the some of the, this is the business scenarios we have mapped for ABC Manufacturing. Currently, there is no company called ABC Manufacturing available in our SAP system. We need to take that into our SAP system. Okay. Now, clear this one.
Yes.
Okay. So now, as we discussed, who will create client?
Basis.
Basis person, right? So we saw that one, right? Client creation activity and all. SCC4, SCCL. That is nothing but basis activity, client creation, client copy, client creation, right? Then after that one, we have company, which is optional, which is created by FI consultant only. And this company codes, who will be responsible to create? FI consultant, right? Then we have something called plant, purchasing organization and storage location. So these are will be done by MM. Now we are discussing about the purchasing group. Where is the purchasing group here? Can you see any purchasing group here?
East German purchasing group
Comes under plant, I guess.
Sorry.
Yeah, it comes under plant, right? Within plant
Purchasing
itself,
group.
we can.
What is meant by
purchase.
purchasing group? What we discussed about the purchasing group?
It's purchaser.
Yeah, purchasing group is something, we can call it as a person or a group of person who are responsible to do all procurement related activity.
And why we are creating purchasing group? Because we are already having the purchasing organization, right? For the same purpose.
Yeah.
So only for reporting purpose, we are creating purchasing groups, right? So if purchasing organization having 10 people, I want these 2 people should procure for chemical materials. The remaining 2 people should procure for pharmaceutical materials. The remaining 2 people should procure for maintenance related materials, right? So what we are going to do, we are segregating the responsibilities based on the purchasing group. So that purchasing group can be an individual buyer or 2-3 buyers combines makes one purchasing group.
Yeah.
Right?
So we are
Only for
creating
this
some code to defining those purchasing groups, right?
Correct. So, and purchasing groups are only created for reporting purpose or segregation of authorities. Okay. And those are not assigned to any of your organization structure. So we cannot say that purchasing groups are under purchasing organizations or plant or storage location or company code. These are independent entities which are created at client level, okay, corporate group level, and responsible for purchasing activities. So let's take an example. We have 3 purchasing groups. Okay. So we are giving authority for these purchasing groups to purchase the material for East Germany as well as West Germany. Okay, or else East Germany purchasing organization for cost chemical materials. This one is for the pharmaceutical material. This one is for the maintenance material. So we can create a purchasing group, n number of purchasing groups accordingly. These purchasing groups are not assigned to anyone in our organization structure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it means it can freely used for any of them.
Any of them. Only for reporting purpose and segregation of authority purpose, we are defining these purchasing groups. Clear now?
Yes.
Good. Anyone have questions, queries? All good?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's
One
give
question.
some. Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
So a purchasing group can purchase a material for storage location 4 in a Berlin and also for the storage location 4 for Munich. So
Yeah.
it's not any. So he have all rights to purchase for all plant and all storage location.
Yes. So that person will have the means this purchasing group can, it is not assigned to any particular particular plant or purchasing organization, right? Purchasing group. So it can be freely procure the materials for different storage locations or different plants. But what happens? We are giving some restrictions, authority, right, for this purchasing group. Okay, this purchasing group. So roles point of view or security point of view, we are giving an access to that particular person. Okay, this person is responsible only for the plant Berlin. This person is responsible for this only for this East Germany. So the restriction is assigned to the person user ID, not to the purchasing group. You got it? If there is no restrictions, this purchasing group can do purchasing activities for any of the plant. Got it, right? Hello?
Yes, Mubin, it's clear.
Okay, now let's give some naming conventions. Okay, for this one, client will be created by basis consultant. It is a highest organization units in SAP. Okay, it is a corporate group or conglomerate of the companies, right? So we already started using client 800, right? We are going to log into client 800 into SAP. So this is nothing but my ABC manufacturing. So this client I can rename as a ABC manufacturing and log in with my user ID.
Just one question regarding the user ID. So as you have added all SAP profile under all the users, but it's not allowing me to do some development activities. So is there some different authorization we required for?
Yeah, SAP developer access. SAP developer access is required there. Okay, so that user ID should be linked with the SAP developer. There should be some keys, development keys are assigned with each user. So currently with SAP user, we have that development keys assigned. But any new user, when we are creating that is a new user ID. So that also that do not have link to any developer key, right? That
so
is why
it
you are
different
getting
profile we have for developer or role, something like that.
There will be a different role, SAP developer roles, and when we are creating any development into SAP, it asks for some key, development key or packages.
Right.
Okay, so that package or that key should be linked to the users. So if you are doing some development, use SAP user ID. Okay. So we have logged into client 800, right? So this is 3-digit numeric key, correct? So we have given our client number here. Let me make it with a different color. Okay. So client 8, start the recording again. Share my screen. Okay, so company code. We mentioned ABC manufacturing having 2 company codes, East Germany and West Germany. Company code is a 4-digit alphanumeric key. So we need to give a number. We need to give some code here. Okay, it can be a code. It can be a alphanumeric key. Okay, so we can give 1000 for East Germany, 2000 for West Germany. That is also possible. Or we can use combination of number and alphabets. That is also possible. Okay, so what we will do for our case, EG East Germany 00. Okay, for this one West Germany 00. So what we are doing, we are giving some 4-digit numbers here. Okay, so EG00 and WG00 are the company code numbers for us, 4-digit number which we need to create with for EG00 for East Germany, WG00 for West Germany, right? Again, purchasing organization, 4-digit alphanumeric key. So it can be a number, it can be combination of alphabets and numbers, anything. We can give 1000 for this purchasing organization and 2000 for this purchasing organization. Possible, right? For our case, what we'll do, okay, this purchasing organization belong to the East Germany. So East Germany purchasing organization. This purchasing organization is responsible. This purchasing organization is nothing but is responsible for West Germany. So WG purchasing organization. So we are giving code as a EGPO and WGPO. Okay. Again, plant is 4-digit alphanumeric key. It can be a number, it can be alphanumeric key. Okay, combination of alphabets and numbers. Okay, so I'm giving some naming conventions for the Berlin plant. So Berlin plant is nothing but belongs to the East Germany. So I'll start with the E and BER. EHAL. So this is functional consultant responsible to define these naming conventions into a blueprint. And accordingly, with these naming conventions, we need to create a plant, company code, or organization, any organization units into SAP. So we are just doing that blueprinting part here. Clear, right? Whatever we are discussing now.
Yes.
Now Frankfurt plant belongs to West Germany. So W start with the West and Frankfurt FRA. WMEN money. Okay. So we gave a naming conventions for the client, we gave naming conventions for the company code, we gave naming conventions for the purchasing organizations as well. Right now, the storage locations. So storage locations are unique within the plants. Okay, so storage location again 4-digit numbers. It can be, I'll put it as a, okay, I'll put here 1000. It can be alphanumeric key. So I'll just put some numbers here. 2000. This is storage location 3000. Storage location 4000. This is unique at plant level.
Yeah. So one question: have we missed sales or
sales organizations coming from sales point of view, sales and distribution point of view? Currently, we are only focusing from the MM point of view organization units. So in third-party procurements or in other procurements, we are going to define our sales organization as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are different organization units for each module. Okay. So currently what we are doing, MM point of view, we are focusing. Later, once this organization is set up, when we are starting with the sales activity, we are going to define our sales organization, sales group and all. Okay. And any other module specific organization needs are required, those also we are going to define.
Yeah, clear. Thanks.
Yeah, let me just take it this way. Then this is again 1000, 2000, 3000. Then this is store reduction 1000, 2000. And these are the store reduction 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000. Right? Anyhow, these purchasing groups we are going to create the same way. Purchasing group 1. Clear. Now, this is our blueprint, right? In Excel, I have prepared this one. Same thing, I just need to copy and paste it into my Word document, and I just need to put some wordings there. And this is nothing but a blueprint for my MM organization structure, right? Clear this one, this part?
Yes. Yes, clear.
Okay. So, as you know, ABC Manufacturing, there is no any company called ABC Manufacturing, right? We have imagined this company and we have prepared this blueprint. Now, this complete structure we need to bring into this SAP. So what we are doing implementation only. So when we are practicing like this one, you will get that confidence, implementation related confidence by your own. So whatever we are discussing MM point of view, as we are going ahead, we are going to learn more about other organization needs as well. There are sales organization, there are shipping points, right? What are those organization needs and all that we are going to discuss. But let us go ahead with the basic things first. Let us map these basic MM related activities. and then business scenarios one by one. And based on the business scenarios, we will see the different business processes as well, sales or other production processes as well. Okay, clear till now? So whatever we have discussed or just put this into an Excel file, we need to bring that into our SAP system. So in our tomorrow's class, we are going to configure our organization structure. Clear?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Any questions or any points which we need to discuss on the organization unit point of view?
So apart from this information like profit center and cost center, that will be taken care by FI team, right? FI.
That is a master data, right? Profit center, cost center, those are the master data, not the organization data. Correct?
Okay.
We are discussing about the organization data, this first one. So profit center, cost center, general ledger, material master, vendor master, those are all master data. Then purchase order, sales order, purchasing payment, transfer requirement, transfer order, those are all transaction data. What we are discussing now, that is the organizational data, organization units, which we have in our particular organization. That informations we are mapping now.
Okay. That is part of finance master data, right?
Yes, finance master data. So once we start with the master data topic, we are going to discuss all these master data one by one.
Okay, clear.
Okay. Anyone else? Prashant, Abdul Rahman, Jalil, Javed, Jyotiram, Muksad, Parag. Okay, please feel free to participate. Okay.
Mobin sir,
If-
I have a question.
Yes.
You entered the storage location numbering is same to all the
Yes.
plants.
Correct.
So there is no confusion during the customization and the implementation.
Correct. Correct. I'll tell you that. Storage locations are unique within the plants. Okay, so when we are creating a storage locations, it will ask a plant. So under this plant, we are going to create storage location 1000, and under these plants, we are going to create storage location 1000. So there is 1000 storage locations, but having two different plants. So whenever we are looking for a storage locations, it is associated with the plants. So can be having same number of the storage locations within two different plants.
Okay, whenever we enter the storage location number, so
System
that
will
time,
pull the
we'll
plant
ask
information.
for the plant information. Okay.
Yes. So storage locations will be unique within the plants. So if you created 1000 in EBR plants, you cannot create one more time 1000 in EBR plant. No, it is not possible. But you can create same number storage locations in a different plant.
Okay, understood.
Now there is one more question. Okay, here I'll just explain it. So purchasing organizations can be assigned to a plant and can be purchasing organization must be assigned to a plant. That is a must. Assignment of purchasing organization plant is must. Assignment of purchasing organization and company code is depends on your business scenario. This is an interview or certification questions. Okay, purchasing organization must be assigned to a plant. If we are following purchasing activities for a particular plant, that purchasing organization needs to be assigned to a plant. That is a must, required settings. But purchasing organization can be assigned to a company code. Why can? Because in plant specific, if you see, this company code is assigned to the purchasing organization. Here also, this purchasing organization is assigned to plant as well as company code. But in third scenario, this purchasing organization is assigned only to plant, not to any company code, because this purchasing organization is not working to any specific company code. It is a cross company code specific purchasing. So assignment of purchasing organization to plant is must, required, but assignment of purchasing organization to company code is depends on your business scenario. If you are using plant specific purchasing or cross plant specific purchasing, we need to assign our purchasing organization to company code. But if you are doing cross company code specific purchasing, no, not required to assign purchasing organization to company code. Okay.
Okay, so in a hierarchy, it comes between company code and plant. The
We
purchase order,
cannot
right?
see. We cannot see like that one. We can see that this purchasing organization is responsible for plants belonging to this company code. In hierarchy, under company code, we have plants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And this purchasing organization is responsible for these plants. So in diagram, we are just showing here. But it does not mean that under company code we have purchasing organization and under purchasing organization we have plant. No. The purchasing organization is responsible for these plants. For the purchasing.
Okay, so when we have cross plant purchase org, it means that the purchase org have been configured under company code, right?
Cross plant. This one, right?
No, cross. Yeah, cross plant. It is configured for plant level at a plant level, and the next, what was that? Cross company code, right?
Yes, this is the cross company code.
Cross company code. So yeah. So cross company code means purchase org is configured under company code.
Cross company code means this purchasing organization is not specifically responsible for any one particular company code. It is responsible for this company code plants as well as this company code plants. Okay, so it is not linked to particular any particular company codes. It can be work for company code 1 as well as company code 2. And here this purchasing organization is work only for all the plants belonging to company code 1. This purchasing organization will work only for all the plants belonging to company code 2. So it is specifically for that particular company. Clear?
Can you please share the slide which defines where a purchase org has been configured under company code?
This one, right?
Cross plant purchasing.
So this means this purchasing organization is responsible for plant 1 and plant 2, which belongs to the company code 1. Which means this purchasing organization is responsible for company code 1.
Okay, so is it like we link purchase org with the company code, or we link purchase org only with plants?
Okay, so that is what I'm saying. The purchasing organization, assignment of purchasing organization to plant is must. We have to assign our plants to a purchasing organization. So that means from that point of view, system understand, okay, for this plant, this purchasing organization is responsible. For this plant, this purchasing organization is responsible. Assignment of purchasing organization to company code is depends on a business scenario. For plant specific purchasing, we have to assign our purchasing organization and company code. If you see here, the assignment is are there. If you see here, the assignment is are there. But for cross company code, you can see we are not assigning purchasing organization and company code because we don't want this purchasing organization to be assigned to any particular company code. Okay.
Yeah.
So this purchasing organization is responsible for all the plants belonging to this company code as well as this company code.
Yeah.
Central purchasing organization. Clear?
Yep.
Okay. Good. Anyone else? Any further questions, queries on this one, organization structure mapping? Clear? Jyotiram, Siddesh, you guys please start participating in the discussions. Okay, if you think that you have very small questions as well, don't shy. Feel free to ask your questions.
Sure.
Okay. Good technique.
Jyotiram, you are breaking. Your voice is breaking actually.
Yeah, it is really good to teach us. I understand all data because I have some of data testing. So I'm questions.
Your voice is not clear.
Jyotiram, you are breaking actually. Your voice is not clear. Jyotiram. Abdul Rahman, anyone else having any questions?
No, Mubin, I am good.
Okay. Javed, Jalil, Kumar, Muksad, Parag,
Clear. Everything is clear.
Rohit, Siddesh, Wasim. Okay, feel free to ask your questions, small questions also. Ask it. Okay, and start participating in the discussions. And
Yes, sir.
in our upcoming classes, this will be more interactive sessions. Okay, so we are going to discuss on the different business scenarios. We are planning to map that one, how to map that one, the question answer, what can I say, question answer sessions will be there. So start practicing from day one only, participating in day one. Okay, our meeting is going to be end in a minute again. Let us conclude a class for today. Let us meet tomorrow at 8 p.m. IST, and we are going to map this complete organization structure into SAP. Okay.
Sure. Sure. Thank you so much, Mubin.
Thank you so much, all.
Thank you.
Good
Yeah,
night.
thank you.
Thank
Let
you,
us meet
Mubin.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.